Waheguru ji ka Khalsa, Waheguru ji ki Fateh. So as you probably know, for the past few months I've been in this rut where I've been stuck, I haven't been uploading as much, I've been missing Amrit Villas, I've been not on like the trajectory I once was. And I've slowly been recovering, but that's not the point of this video. Whilst I was in my rut, and I still am kind of, but whilst I was in it, I learned this major lesson that you are not your mind, that you are not your thoughts. And this really hit me because all these self-improvement influencers, like modern day philosophy teaches you that, oh yeah, as I think, therefore I am. Your thoughts are who you are, your thoughts define you. Whatever you think, that is what you are. And that's completely wrong. That's completely wrong. And would you say that this hand is you? Like, really, down to the core, what you are? Is this hand you? Do you control this hand, but is this hand you? If you control something, it's not you, right? And that's the same thing with your mind. Your mind is not you. You control your mind. You're in power of your mind. So how can you say that your mind, your thoughts are you? And so why am I telling you this? Because nowadays, most of us are prisoners. Most of us are prisoners to our mind. When we get a thought, maybe a lustful thought, we'll go indulge in it. Maybe when we get a thought of greed, we'll go indulge in it. We don't have any control because we let our mind take control of us. And Guruji tells us that we need to control our mind, that we need to be in power of our mind, and we can't let our mind be in power of us. Because when the mind is in power, then that is when your lust, your greed, your anger, your attachment, your pride, all these things, they take over. And this is when you feel like you're in a bad state, when you feel unhappy, when you feel sad. And so many times our mind tells us to do the wrong thing. Like when I woke up this morning, I didn't want to wake up. My mind didn't want to wake up. But I just told my mind to shut up and I just got to carry on. And most of us are not in control. Most of us are slaves to our mind. And even I am still to this day. And it's like you need to find some way to control it. But the problem is we're all still prisoners. And a good analogy to this is when Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji, he went to prison. Was he a prisoner? Ask yourself this, was he a prisoner? No, he wasn't. Why? Because mentally he wasn't in prison. Mentally he went into the prison and he was still doing his Nityanim, he was still reading Gurbani, and he actually helped save those 52 kings and took them out of prison. He wasn't a prisoner. But guess what you are? You are a prisoner. You don't have to be in prison to be a prisoner. Because guess what? You're a slave to your mind. And so many of us think our life is so hard. It's so tough. It's so tough to wake up, to go to school, to do your homework, to go do your GCSEs, all this stuff that we get thrown on us, yeah? But really, is it really that hard? Because there has been so many brutal things past in history. But those people were not mentally prisoners. They weren't mentally thinking that, oh, this is the worst place. Because guess what? They had a positive outlook on life. And right now, I could be standing in a park here. It's a bit dull, like it is a bit sunny. It's not the best day. It's hard to record this video. I haven't recorded in like 2 weeks. My brain literally can't concentrate as much as it could. I could be thinking about all these excuses. But no, I tell my brain to shut up and I say that, nope. Actually, the sky is a bit blue. And the clouds do look quite nice. And it is quite nice to get out into nature. The grass is looking like a nice, beautiful green. There are people out in the park having a good time. And just that mental switch, that mental perspective change can change so much. It can take you from one place to a whole nother place. And this is what we need to start doing. because our mind is stuck in this maya, in this illusion of the world. And that's why it keeps on telling you to do the wrong things, to go the wrong path, and to look with the wrong perspective. So when you are next time put into a negative place, when like a physically negative place, don't let it get to your mind. Control your mind. Think about all the positives. I was watching this Katha recently, and it inspired me to make this video. I'll link it in the top link in the description below. And in this Katha, he tells a story about how there was this group of Singhs, who went out to save this girl who had been groomed and kidnapped, and eventually it was dark, it was the middle of the night. Where they were, people were doing drugs, they were doing alcohol. It was a very grim scene. It wasn't nice. And especially when you're into sikhi, you don't want to be in that sangat, you don't want to be in that place. And so they were searching for hours and hours and hours. And one Singh said, I hate this. Why am I here? It's so bad. I could be at home right now with my little one. We could be watching TV, having some pizza. I'd be so relaxed. I wouldn't be in this stress right now. And another Singh spoke up behind him, and he reminded him about the itihas, about when Baba Deep Singh Ji went and saved 300 women from these other people, from these they basically took the woman from a village and raped them and abused them, and Baba Deep Singh Ji saved them. And when that other Singh heard that, the Singh that was complaining, he took a step back and he realized that, no, what I'm actually doing is going to save someone, and I'm going to change someone's life. And if we're successful with this, we can actually go forth. And then from there, the whole perspective changed. They weren't in some rundown, druggy alleyway, They were on a mission to find this girl. And guess what? They found that girl. And today that girl lives at her home with her family in peace. And this is what a little mental shift can do. A little mental change can do. So when bad things are going to happen, they're all going to everyone, bad things are going to happen. Bad things happen to me, bad things happen to you, But when bad things happen, you can choose to think of them as bad or not. You can choose to react to them. Because most of us react to them, and then that's where it goes downhill. Like, for example, if your parents make you angry or something, or if something goes not to plan, you might be angry, you might be sad, But in that moment, I promise you, there is definitely something to have a positive outlook on. Because sometimes in the bad, there is good. Because without bad, there isn't good, and without good, there isn't bad. And when bad things happen, you can look at them in a good way. There was this Sakhi, the story of two people, one Gursikh and just one normal person. And this Gursikh would go meet Guru Nanak Dev Ji every single day, He would go do his Nitnem, his Bhakti, And the other guy, he would go clubbing. He would do all the bad things, But one day, this Gursikh, who's walking to Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and he got pricked on the way, and his foot started bleeding, and he was quite sad about it. And the other guy, on that same path, they were going to meet each other before that, that other guy who went clubbing, who was doing all the bad things, he actually found a pot of gold. And so the Gursikh was so annoyed that how did that guy get gold, even though I've done so much bhakti, even though I've done so much hard work here. And so he decided to go to Guru Nanak Dev Ji and ask. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji told him that instead of that little prick that he was going to get on his toe, he was actually going to have a much more severe thing happen to him. And he could have died. Because he did bhakti, because he actually loved the Guru, and he did seva, and he did simran, That massive thing that was going to happen to him got shrunk to some little prick on his toe. And the other guy who went clubbing, because of his bad actions, he actually got less gold coins. And he actually got coal in the pot too. And all those pieces of coal were actually going to be more gold coins. And that just shows that even if something bad happens to you, yeah, remember, something worse could happen to you. Even if we get into a car crash, yeah, you might be thinking, oh, I could have died. At least you survived. You get what I mean? Kirpa is everywhere. And especially if you're taking a step towards the Guru will be giving you his kirpa. Always. So take that outlook on life. Like when I had a rut, yeah, when I got into a rut, yeah, I was like, oh, I'm doing my name, I'm doing all this, I'm such a good person, I'm doing Simran, yeah, I'm doing all these good things, but I'm in a rut. Why did Guruji do this to me? Well, maybe I could just step back and think that, oh, well, at least I'm uploading some videos. At least I'm not missing my Amrit Villa every single day. At least I'm not like fully fallen off into depression. I'm still here. You get what I mean? It's all about the perspective. So don't let your mind take control of you. Are you going to let your mind control you, or are you going to control your mind? It is up to you. Guru Nanak Dev Ji tells us in Japji Sahib, Man jeete jag jeet. If you win this mind, if you start controlling it and you can actually like tell it what to do, yeah, and it doesn't just drag you around everywhere, you can win the world. You can win this war, yeah. You can go back to Guruji, because this mind is what lets our ego flourish. It's what lets our separation from God flourish. But within this mind, we can also connect back to God by controlling the mind. And this is how we stay in Anand. Because times are not always going to be easy. They're not always going to be nice. We're all going to have tough times. But it's always the perspective that will keep you going. And this is what a lot of Gursikhs have. Even in the worst of times, they can just keep on going because they're not stuck in this physical body. When Bhai Mani Singh was shaheed, when he was cut from limb by limb by limb, yeah, when Bhai Taru Singh Ji was shaheed, yeah, when his scalp was removed, yeah, they did not care, they did not feel the pain. Because what feels the pain is your mind. Pain doesn't exist. Your arms don't feel pain. Your hands don't feel pain. But your mind sends the signal of pain. Your mind tells you that you're in pain. But it's your choice to listen to that mind, and to actually agree with that mind or not. Are you in pain or not? Because what is true pain? True pain is being separated from God. It's not being connected with God. That is what true pain is. Not this physical pain, not this like depression, like, oh, something bad happened to me. Yeah? That is what true pain is. And that's why we need to change our perspective. That's why we need to stop listening to this mind and tell this mind to shut up. That's all I have for today's video. Don't let your mind take over you. If you want to help me keep on making these videos, I've got a donation link in the description. And if you want to join a group of people just like you, Gursikhs just like you, who want to connect to Guruji, I've got a Khalsa Brotherhood in the link in the description below. And that's all I have for today. Tomorrow is not a promise, so do what you can today. Today, don't let your mind today fall into the trap of Maya. After this video, don't go and just watch another video that's bad for you. Don't go do something that's bad for you. Don't react to your anger, to your greed, to your lustful thoughts. Yeah? step back, take a breath, yeah, whenever you get this, yeah, and step back, like physically step back here, and just think that, what am I going to do? What's the next step? What positive thing can I take out of this situation right now, so I can walk out of it as a better man? And that is what will help you succeed in this life. That is what will help you get further in this life. I made a lot of mistakes in this video, and as you're the Sangat, and the Sangat is the Guru, please forgive me. I've messed up so many times in this video because I haven't recorded for so long. So I'm just going to try to get back into it now. Thank you for watching this video. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.